So I'm going to get started. Welcome, Suze. Today's free class is to raise money for World Central Kitchen. I dropped the link for the donation page in the chat if you would like to check that out. You can also find it on the bookings web page or my Instagram. Begin to deepen your breath. Place your hands on your belly, lying on your back in Shavasana. Welcome to the newcomers. Lie on your back in Shavasana. Settle in. Place your hands on your belly and deepen your breath. Start to breathe into the belly. Feel your hands rise and fall. In and out of the nose. Normally throughout the day, we breathe mainly in our ribs and chest, which is known as coastal breathing. Breathing into the belly like this is deep breathing, something that we don't do the majority of our day. So just taking this time to breathe into the belly. Ending our week, maybe ending our day if we're lucky. Maybe you're just taking a break. Either way, the general theme of today's class will be a sense of renewal, rejuvenation. Yesterday was the first full moon of the year, so it's a great way to recognize new beginnings and then let go of the things that aren't serving us anymore. Here in Shavasana with your hands on your belly, your feet splay open naturally. Feel the ground beneath you supporting you. From here, bring the soles of the feet together with the feet resting on the ground. Let the feet splay open naturally here. Recline, bound angle pose. You can keep your hands on your belly or bring them to your inner thighs. Welcome gravity into this pose. Let go of any unnecessary tension in the shoulders. Unclench the jaw. Continue breathing into the belly. Bring your hands to your knees. Draw the knees up And then walk the feet out a little bit wider than hip distance as you let the knees come together. Maybe they touch. Bring your knees into your chest and then give yourself a bear hug. You can rock and roll to massage the lower back here. And then find a little bit of stillness. Keep the back flat on the ground here. Feel yourself melt into the floor. Throughout today's practice, you can always come back to the breath. If you feel you have a hard time letting go in the body or maybe the mind, bring your awareness gently back to the breath without any judgment to yourself. Drop the soles of the feet to the ground and then cross the left ankle over the right knee for a nice hip opener on the left side. So here you can push that knee away. Feel a nice hip opener. You can stay here, or you can take your arms and thread them underneath the left leg and clasp your hands behind the right thigh and draw the right leg in closer for a deeper stretch. Flex the left foot here. Protect the ankle. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, drop that right leg to the ground, uncross the leg, and then cross that right ankle over the left knee. Push away that right knee with the right hand. Feel a nice hip opener here. This might be enough, or you can draw the left leg closer to you for a deeper hip stretch. Flex that right foot to protect the right ankle. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, drop the left foot to the ground, uncross the leg. Bring your knees into the chest for another bear hug. And then draw the forehead towards the knees. Crunch in really tight. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, release the legs long, the arms long in Shavasana. Roll over to the right side in fetal position. You can bend the knees, rest your cheek on your arm. Gently push up your hands to a seated posture. You can be cross-legged, or your legs can be out wide. Whatever is most comfortable for you here. I also have a cushion here. You can sit on a cushion if you'd like to help lengthen up through the spine. Root down into the sit bones. Feel the sit bones on the ground. Lengthen up. Send energy out of the top of the head. Lengthen through your neck. Push those shoulders down away from the ears. Come back to your breath. Drop the right hand to the ground beside you. Inhale, left hand up and over for a nice side stretch in the left side of the body. Your gaze can be down to the ground, forward, or up to the sky. Breathe space into the left ribs. Inhale back through center. Exhale, left hand to the ground, right hand up and over. Breathe opening into the right rib cage. Inhale back through center. Nice job. Bring your hands in front of you and just start to walk the hands forward. Maybe your head can fall down, release the head and neck. You can come down to your hands, your forearms, or you can just walk yourself all the way down. You might feel a nice stretch in the hips here, a release in the lower back. It can be difficult to slow down. But now that you've made it here, that's the hardest part, showing up. We can just enjoy melting into the ground, breathing deeply. Inhale to walk yourself back up. And then take an inhale, lengthen up through the spine. Exhale, twist yourself to the right, left hand to right knee. Kickstand that right hand out behind you. Keep the spine long here. Gaze over the right shoulder. Try your best to do the twisting from your core, not so much from the arms. Find length in the spine on an inhale and twist a little deeper on an exhale. Wringing it out, wringing out our day, wringing out the things we no longer need. One more inhale, one more exhale. Inhale yourself back through center. Whatever leg is stacked over the other, just do a nice little switch. Take an inhale. Exhale, walk the hands forward. Let the head fall. Surrender down into the floor. Let go of any tension you're holding in the face. Unclench the jaw. Breathe space into the hips. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, walk the hands up to a neutral spine. Take an inhale here. Exhale, twist to the left, right hand to left knee. Lengthen up in the spine. Twist deeper on an exhale, gaze over the left shoulder. Bring it out. Lengthen out through the spine on an inhale. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Inhale, exhale. Inhale through center. Nice job. Roll over the shins. And here we're going to come to child's pose. My favorite is the wide knee child's pose. You can bring the knees together or the knees wide with big toes touching and sink your torso in between the knees. You can come down to your forearms or head can come to the ground. Melt into the floor. I invite you to maybe set an intention for yourself here. It could be yoga related or not at all. Here in child's pose, I invite you to join me in practicing what's called a yoga breath or ocean breath, known as Ujjayi Pranayama in Sanskrit, which is a slight constriction in the back of the throat. So it basically creates an audible inhale and exhale when you breathe in and out of the nose, kind of like ocean waves on the ocean shore. This is a heat generating breath, so if it becomes too intense to do that, then you can just return to your belly breathing or just normal breath. Push up through your palms. Come to a tabletop position. So your shoulders are over the wrists here, directly stacked, and your hips are over the knees. We're gonna flow through cat and cow, connecting movement with breath. So on an inhale, gaze forward, belly drops to the ground. Exhale, round through the spine, push through your hands, chin to chest. Inhale, gaze forward, belly drops to the ground. Exhale, round through the spine. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, round. Move with your own breath here. Ripple through the spine. Maybe roll through the side body. Connecting with your breath here. About 5 more rounds of breath. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, round. Inhale to a neutral spine. Take a breath here. Really engage the core. Draw the belly button towards the spine. And the neck is long. Send energy out of the top of the head. On an inhale, raise the right leg up. Flex the right foot. Send energy out of the right heel. You can stay here or lift the left hand off the ground for spinal balance. A line of energy from the right heel to the left fingertips. Take an inhale to lift up and an exhale to release down to the ground. Nice job. Inhale, exhale, round through the spine. Inhale to neutral spine. Draw that belly button in, lift the left leg off the ground. Flex the left foot, send energy out of the left heel. You can stay here or raise the right hand, spinal balance. Feel that line of energy from the left heel to the right fingertips, almost pulling each other away. Soften in the shoulders. Come back to your breath. Inhale. Exhale, release down to the ground. Round through the spine. Stretch that lower back. Inhale, neutral spine. Kickstand that right foot out behind you and then ground the right heel as you send the right hand up to the sky for a modified side plank here. You might feel an opening in the left hip. Really root down into the right foot and the left hand. Spread the left fingers really wide. Maybe almost grab at the earth with your fingertips. Protect the wrist here. The right hand can maybe come up and over to face the front of your room. Feel a really deep stretch in the side of the body. Inhale, right hand to the sky. Exhale, release to tabletop. Extend that left foot out behind you. Ground the left heel. Inhale the left hand up to the sky. Soften in the shoulders. Unclench the jaw. Root down into the left foot. The right knee and the right hand. Maybe send that left hand to the left bicep can frame the left ear. Feel a really nice stretch in the left side of the body. Come back to your breath. Inhale, left hand to the sky. Exhale, release to tabletop. Child's pose. Child's pose is always a safe place to go. If ever you feel lightheaded or something is too intense or you're just not feeling it, you can just rest in child's pose. We will be going into some beginner inversions like downward facing dog. And if you don't want to partake in those, you can always come to child's pose or just a seated forward fold stretch. Push yourself up through tabletop and make sure that your hands are shoulder width apart and your knees are hip width distance apart. And then roll over the toes, push the hips up and back into our first downward facing dog. You're welcome to walk the hands forward a little bit. Push down into the pointer finger and thumb. Pedal out the heels, maybe wobble the hips, settle into this pose. Release the head, shake the head yes and no. Two more rounds of breath here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale to bend your knees, gaze forward. And then we're just gonna walk our feet forward to come in between our palms at the top of our mat. Feet are hip distance apart. Hang over in a forward fold. You can bend the knees generously here and let the torso rest on the knees. Wherever you are, find a sense of surrendering. Let the head hang. You can bring your hands to grab onto opposite elbows. Just hang over in ragdoll. Sway from side to side. Release in the upper back. Here in this standing forward fold, spread the toes really wide and feel the four corners of the feet rooting down into the earth. Just notice how this subtle change in the feet can change the pose. Release the hands to the ground. Inhale, lift halfway. Your hands can come to your legs. Long in the spine here. Send energy out of the top of the head. Take an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. 3 rounds of breath. Roll yourself up to standing. Head is the last thing to come up. Mountain pose, palms face forward, spread the fingers wide. Root down into both feet evenly, lift the kneecaps. Engage the core, scoop the tailbone under. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Heel toe the feet together so your big toes are touching and your heels are just slightly apart. Inhale, windmill the arms overhead, gaze up. Exhale, lean to the right, send the hips to the left. Root down into the left foot. Feel the side stretch all the way from the foot, all the way up to the left fingertips. Inhale through center. Exhale, lean to the left. Send the hips over to the right. Root down into the right foot. Inhale through center. Exhale, hands at heart center. From here, we're gonna step the right foot back into a high crescent lunge. So you're on the ball of the right foot. Bend into the left knee. Whatever level you're here in your high crescent lunge, you can be here, or you can come down quite low if you're into that. Send energy out of the right heel. Wherever you are, make sure that the left knee doesn't go over the left ankle. Bring your hands to your hips and try to even out the hips. So draw that right hip forward and the left hip back. Inhale, arms overhead, gaze up. Exhale to warrior two. We're going to ground the right heel, and the right foot is going to be parallel to the short edge of the mat. The left toes point forward, arms to a T, gaze over the left fingers. Draw the belly button in, scoop the tailbone under just a little bit. Make sure that the left knee is not splaying in or out. Draw the shoulders down. Pinch the shoulder blades together just a little bit. Nice job, a really strong pose here. On an inhale, we're gonna take that right hand and sweep it up through center as we come back to a high crescent lunge. Bring your hands to your hips. And then from here, kind of hop that right foot forward. The feet are gonna be a little bit closer together here. Both legs are straight. That right foot, both toes can stay forward, or the right foot can stay at about a 45-degree angle. We're gonna hinge over this left leg in pyramid pose. So inhale to lengthen up. Exhale to start to lean forward. Keep the spine really long. Once you find that spot, your edge, feel free to bring your hands to your legs or to the floor. Fold over the left leg, pyramid pose. You can let the head hang. Really deep hamstring stretch. You can experiment with the back foot. See if you like it closer or further away. Draw that left hip back just a little bit more. Breathe space into the tight spots here. Surrender into this pose. Do a quick body scan to see if you're gripping anywhere and see if you can soften. From here, we're gonna take that right foot and step forward to meet the left at the top of your mat for a standing forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Pull yourself just a little bit deeper. 3 rounds of breath. Roll yourself up to standing. Inhale, windmill, arms overhead, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Step that left foot back, high crescent lunge. You can bring the arms overhead, palms face each other. The hands can stay at heart center or come to your hips. Send energy out of the left heel. Try to draw that right hip back just a little bit. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Gaze over the right fingers. Left foot is parallel to the short edge of the mat. Right toes point forward. Soften in the shoulders. Feel as though someone is pulling you from your right fingertips and also from your left fingertips. Come back to your breath. Unclench the jaw. Maybe smile. Takes less muscles. On an inhale, we're gonna sweep that left hand back through center as we come to a high crescent lunge. Hands to heart center on an exhale. And then bounce that left foot forward a little bit. Prepare for pyramid pose. Wherever your feet and legs are, straighten both legs. Inhale, bring your hands to your hips here. Inhale to lengthen up through the spine. Exhale, hinge over that right leg. Feel the hinge from the hip here. Once you've found your length, you can bring your hands to your leg or to the ground. Surrender over the right leg. Let the head fall. Feel both feet rooted down into the earth. Do a quick body scan. See if you're holding tension anywhere. Just try to soften in those areas. One more round of breath. From here, bring the hands to the ground about shoulder width apart. We're going to step the right foot back to a downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale and an exhale out of the mouth. You can come to child's pose here if you'd like, or you can stay in down dog. Two more rounds of breath in down dog. Come up onto your tippy toes, send the hip bones up to the sky, and then ripple through your spine as you shift your weight into your palms for a high plank. You can also drop the knees to the ground. From here, we're going to go through a modified chaturanga or low push-up. So keep the elbows in really, really tight as you lower yourself down to the ground. Nice job. Inhale for a low cobra, peel the shoulders and chest off the ground. And then lift your hands off the ground, bring them by your sides, palms face each other, lift the hands and arms off the ground for a half locust pose. Root down into the pelvic bone. Look down to the ground, try not to crunch in the neck. One more inhale. Exhale, come down to your cheek and rest your arms on the ground. From here, plant your palms underneath your shoulders and push yourself up through your knees into child's pose. Push up through tabletop and then roll over the shins. Straighten the legs out in front of you for a seated staff pose. Root down into the sit bones. Lengthen up through the spine. Draw the shoulders down. Take an inhale to bring those arms overhead, gaze up. Exhale, hinge forward. Keep the spine really long here. And then once you find that spot where your spine wants to round, just bring your hands to your legs. Take an inhale to lengthen up. Exhale, fold over the legs completely, let the head fall. Your hands can stay in your legs, your ankles, your feet, your toes. Feel yourself fold even deeper, release even more on an exhale. Gently walk yourself up to a neutral spine, walk your hands up your legs, and then bring the soles of the feet together for bound to angle, the knees splay open, root down into the sit bones. You can kind of wobble around, find your spot. Inhale to lengthen up, exhale, fold over. You can let the head fall here. Your arms and hands can go wherever feels comfortable for you. Maybe you push the knees away with the elbows. Maybe cradle the toes with your hands. Or your hands come forward onto the ground. Come back to your breath. Two more rounds of breath here. Really deep inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, walk the hands up to neutral spine. Straighten the left leg out, and then bring that right foot, the sole of the right foot is gonna rest on the inside of the left leg. Tree pose legs, if that means anything to you. Lengthen up through the arms, take a deep inhale. Exhale, fold over that left leg. Latch onto whatever. Being happy with wherever we are right now. Inhale, walk your hands up. Neutral spine. Straighten the right leg out. Bring that left foot in. Sole of the left foot comes to the inside of the right leg. Inhale, arms overhead, gaze up. Exhale, fold over that right leg. Release. Latch on to whatever. Inhale, walk yourself up to neutral spine. And then we're going to lie on our back. Bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a bear hug. Rock and roll, massage the lower back. Bring your arms out to a T. Take an inhale. Exhale, drop the knees over to the left. Rest them on the ground. And then gaze over to the right. Supine twist. Try to keep both shoulder blades on the ground. So if you need to readjust your upper body, you can do that. Breathe into your belly. Breathe space into the lower back. Melt into the floor. Close your eyes. Gently guide your awareness back to your breath. Unclench the jaw. Release the shoulders. Release the hips and the legs. Look up to the sky. On an inhale, use your core to lift the knees up through center. Exhale the knees over to the right. Gaze to the left. Readjust your upper body so both shoulder blades are touching the floor. Supine twist. Melt into the floor. Breathe into the belly. Release the spine and the lower back. Soften the face. Gaze up to the sky. Inhale the knees up through center. Give your knees a bear hug. Grab onto the outsides of your feet with your palms, and then draw the knees towards the armpits for happy baby pose. Let the elbows splay out wide. Flex the feet so the soles of the feet face the sky. You can rock and roll here in happy baby. Two more rounds of breath here. Bring the soles of your feet together and then rest the feet on the ground. Knees splay open in reclined bound angle. You can bring your hands to your inner thighs or your hands to your belly. We're going to take 3 deep, juicy inhales. Inhale, fill your lungs all the way up to the top. Pause. Exhale out of the mouth. Empty your lungs, wring it out. Inhale. Fill your lungs up. Pause. Exhale, audible sigh out of the mouth. Wring it out, all the stale air. Inhale. Pause. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Let it go. Straighten the legs and the arms by your sides. Palms face the sky. Feet splay open naturally in Shavasana. Close the eyes. Surrender into the floor. The breath is normal here. Let go of any breathing you were holding on to. Release the tension around the temples, around the cheeks and the jaw. Release the neck. Soften in the shoulders. Soften in the belly and the spine. Melt into the lower back and the hips. The hamstrings, the quadriceps. Let go in the knees and the calves. Let go of the feet. Release every single toe. Rest here for a moment. Just notice if your thoughts enter your mind and then exit without any attachment, like it's a cloud floating overhead. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. Welcome yourself back into your body with a deep inhale. Maybe stretch the fingers overhead, get a full body stretch all the way from your fingers to your toes. And then roll over to your favorite side in fetal position. You can keep the eyes closed. Gently push up through your palms and meet me in a seated posture. Root down into the sit bones, lengthen up through the spine. You can bring your hands to your knees or hands to heart center to seal your practice. Thumbs resting on your sternum and your lips resting on your pointer finger and thumb. Breathe into the heart chakra. A quote by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. We must always change, renew, rejuvenate ourselves. Otherwise, we harden. Give yourself the gift of gratitude for showing up for yourself tonight. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thanks everyone for coming. You're all the best.